Shalom. I want to start giving all praise to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures, among other things. And salutations to all the Akyam across the earth for doing this work and sitting in the truth. And Shalom to the sincere brothers and sisters who are at home watching videos and doing the best to please Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So yeah, man. So basically, this video I want to go into. Basically, you already see it on the picture. You know that the way that leads to destruction is very easy, very wide. You know, it's the majority of people. You will find the majority of people on that way. But the way which leadeth to salvation is a way that's going to be filled with perils, you know. It's narrow, you know, like the scripture said, you know, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So that already shows you that it's not easy. And like the scripture said in the book of Peter's, that the godly shall scarcely save. So that already shows you that the road of salvation is not an easy road. It's not an easy road, which also reminds me of a song of Butcher Bangtan before he went down to bend over for JC and them other sodomites over there. So he had a song like it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road, and that's exactly what it is. You know, what does it say in the book of Sirach? Let me grab that for a second. That already shows you that it's not an easy road. If you come to serve Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you got to realize that it's going to be difficult. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and the word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lav, which means your mind. So set your mind right, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So that already shows you that is not an easy road. It's not that nonsense that they be preaching in the church, showing you like it's easy, this and that. I chose to give my life to Jesus and this. That's bullshit, man. These Christians, they're talking about that they are saved. Saved from what? The evils are not even here on the earth. Yeah, you got some people dying. I saw an article. I posted it in the group app concerning I said 31 people died in Sri Lanka, you know, 44 people died in, was it Singapore, which country, no, Hong Kong was it, you know, where they had some flats on fire, some apartments on fire. So, you know, but that's nothing. There's nothing in comparison about what is about to come. Third World War is going to be in full effect on the earth. It's going to be a nuclear war. The things that you see with Ukraine and Russia, there's nothing yet, man. There's nothing yet, man. Israel with the Hamas, you know, there's nothing yet. Those are small things, man. Small numbers. It's going to be crazy, man. The scriptures talk about, you know, the book of Psalms, about 1,000 shall die on your side. You know, people go, you know, the crazy diseases, people gonna die. People not even gonna, you know, people gonna be so afraid that they're not even gonna bury their loved ones. You know, they're gonna be so afraid for their life, so they're not even gonna bury their loved ones. You know, crazy diseases. You know, it's gonna be paranoid. It's gonna be paranoid. The thing what they did with the C-19, that's nothing in comparison. You know, and every now and they still try to come with new like they have a new virus, this and that. You know, I saw like I think a week ago something. I don't know, remember what city it was or what place it was. It was in America. They said they had a new virus going on, and they keep on doing it. Look what they tried with the Mpox, you know. So, but all these things, you know. But yeah, since the C-19, basically people are not that easy to fool anymore. You know, a lot of people found out the hard way that it was all trickery. There was a lot of BS going on, also with the devil juice. A lot of people found out they lost their loved ones, so they're not really falling for that. But crazy disease is gonna be a fact. It's gonna be a fact, and people gonna see it right around them. But what does the Scripture said, among those that fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you shall not even dash your foot to a stone. And that's what it is. That's what it is. That's all what we got to do. We need to ask Yahweh Bashem Yahushai for guidance. When you wake up, and you wake up in the names, with the names Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Spirit is still upon you. That's a blessing. Yesterday I was talking with the brother. We also went in the study. I was talking to the brother, and we said, like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy that you can, you shouldn't underestimate it, the fact that you have this understanding, because we saw a lot of people, that used to be in camps, that learned from the elder apostles, that even went to One West and all that. All of a sudden you see them basically falling off. We see them falling off. Wake up, they stop believing. They stop believing in the name of, you had this buggouts that thought that they had, that were saying that they had the new Hebrew. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. When the Spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gets off of you, hey man, you're done. You're done. You're done, man. You're going to die with the Sodomites and, the heathens and all that, man. That's not a beautiful thing to look forward to, man. That's not a beautiful thing to look forward to. Far from, man. Far from. So yeah. So like I said, the book of Sirach already shows you that it's not going to be easy. When you come to serve Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, it's going to be difficult, man. Verse 3, book of Sirach chapter 2 verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Yeah, because what does it say in the book of Matthew 24, chapter 24 verse 13? He that endureth until the end, the same shall be saved. So that also shows you that it's not an easy road. It's not you. If you have to endure something, it means that you have to hold on in hardness, basically. In hardness. Endure, be like a soldier. Constantly endure in time of trouble. The many scriptures that talk about it, so that already should show you something. This whole church nonsense, the prosperity stuff, talking about, and people go to church, because they believe, like, if they go there and accept Jesus, they're gonna be prosperous in this life. But it's not about this. This is shit, man. This is all shit. Like it's written in the book of Matthew. These are, of course, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of money and all that, because money is a defense, but you shouldn't get lost in it, because that's a complete other thing. And these things that you have on this side, it's eventually it's gonna rush. You got a new car, it's gonna rush. Somebody might key it, or you get an accident, you get a dent in it, whatever. You fuck up your rims, things like that might happen. Thieves steal it, or they break in, they take your radio. Yeah, nowadays they don't do that as much as back in the days. I also had it, that they took my basically my sound system out of my car, so things like that. They might do it. Now they steal, like the parts, like the special parts from the car, See it a lot, the bumpers get taken off, they just strip a car, take parts of the car and basically leave it, if they steal your complete car. So yeah. So it's better to lay up treasures in heaven, like the scripture said, because that's something that nobody can take away. And the kingdom of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to be forever also. So it's better to invest in something that is forever than in stuff which is temporary. So this is the book of Matthew chapter 6 and verse 19. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust does corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. You see that? So that is what do we need to focus on. So yeah, man. So like I said, like the picture already shows you, broad is the way, that leads us to destruction. It's a very broad way, and the majority of people are going through that. The world to come is only for a few. I'm gonna read that also. So this is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse 13. Enter ye at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat. Because straight is the gate, and straight doesn't mean like straight, like is in a straight line. No, straight. This word straight, STRAIT, it means difficulties. Difficulties is so the way, is difficult. It's full with perils. Filled with hardship. Because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. You see that? So like I said, this is not for many. The majority will not gonna make it. This is only for the 144,000, the 1/3 in America, and the unnumberable multitude. The rest ain't gonna make it. So this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7. I'm just gonna start the first one. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me an angel, the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before. And he said unto me, Up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, Speak on, my power. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But the case, the entrance, were narrow and like a river. Yeah, a river eventually, mounts out into the sea. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? There's also another thing. A city is built and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water, and only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could be but one man go there at once. Yeah, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. If the city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? Yeah, so if you're not willing to go through this hardship, you basically set it aside and be like, nah man, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, then you will find yourself not worthy for the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. And I said, It is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, Even so is also Israel portions, because for their sakes I make the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was the degree that is now done. Then were the entrance of this world were made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few, and evil, full of perils, and very painful. He is showing you it's very difficult. So yeah, we have to deal with it, and we go into these things, but we keep our eyes on the prize, because after this it's going to be very beautiful. For the entrance of the elder world were wide and sure, and brought immortal fruit. If then they that live labor not to enter these straight and vain things, they can never receive those that are laid up for them. You see that? So this is part of the truth. When you go to hardship, it's part of the truth. Yeah, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 8 and 1. He answered me, saying, The Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few. You see that? I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. Birds had to jump to death. So yeah, man. So basically that's it. We have to go through this hardship. It's especially part of this truth. You have to go to it, and yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah, man. So yeah. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and elder bishops, great millstone, teaching scriptures among other things, and salutations to all the Akyam across the world who are doing this work in safety and truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.